I'm going to just jump right on into this, introduce Amanda, and then let her take it from here. This is Amanda Mcguire, and I don't know how to say your new last name. So just Amanda Mcguire, okay? She just got married. She's a 2-star diamond, 7-star qualifying. She's number 28 in the network, y'all, out of like 450,000 coaches, which is a lot. So obviously she knows what she's doing. She's hit Success Club for 18 months in a row, and she's just a total rock star. So she's going to be talking to y'all about how she built her business while working full-time and going to grad school and planning a wedding and all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm going to let her take it from here, and y'all feel free to ask questions in the chat if you have questions. Hopefully she'll have some time at the end to answer them.
Thank you. Hello, ladies. Thanks for having me tonight. I am so excited to be here. Jessica hosted a call for my team. We had a team retreat on Saturday this past weekend, and my girls were so fired up. So I'm excited to return the favor. But so yeah, like Jessica mentioned, so I've been a coach for 2.5 years now. And when I started, I was strictly a discount coach. I told my coach, Amy, not to tell me anything about working the business because I just wanted to save money on Shakeology. Loved the products, loved the results that I got from the 21-day fix, but I was working full-time at General Mills. I was going to grad school, like Jessica mentioned. I was in a long-distance relationship. I wasn't engaged at the time, but my fiance was in physical therapy school, so we were commuting back and forth like 3 hours every single weekend to see each other. I also had a part-time job at a daycare, like I didn't have enough going on. So to say that I was busy is a huge understatement. I had so much going on. And when I first signed up as a coach, again, had no interest in working the business. But as I started doing these programs and being a part of this community, thankfully, my coach Amy added me in the Happy, Healthy, Humble coaches page because that's what really kind of got me excited and interested in coaching. I was seeing these girls hit Emerald, and I was seeing these girls invite new ladies to the team. And I was like, wait, what are they doing? Like, obviously I got curious. So I started reaching out to Amy and just kind of asking some questions from her. Like, so say I was interested maybe in working the business, like what would that look like? So I decided to go all in with 21-day fix extreme, stuck to the meal plan 100%, stuck to the workouts, gave it my all, and had an amazing transformation. You guys, transformations are where it's at. They speak so loud. So if you have not committed to a program yet and done day 0 to day whatever, whether that's 80-day obsession, 21-day fix, core to force, if you guys are doing live 4, that's awesome. Get a transformation because people want to see transformations. And if they see you firsthand, they're following your journey and they see your transformation, it's more believable. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen infomercials and I'm like, yeah, I don't know that person. And that's probably not real. Like that's Photoshopped and that type of thing. But if they're watching your Instagram every single day and you're showing up and then they're seeing your results, they obviously know that it's real because they know you from Instagram. So getting a transformation from the 21-day fix extreme was huge for me. I posted my entire 21-day journey. I posted my day 0 photos. Not easy to do, but just told people that I was going on this journey and I would love any support that I could get because I was going to need it. And yeah, like I said, I just went all in and got amazing results. I posted my day 0 to day 21 results. And that's when I had some people interested. My neighbor reached out. My cousin reached out. My best friend. They were like, okay, so what did you do again? And I'm like, great, you can join me. I guess I'll start coaching a little bit. And ever since that point, I have not looked back. So obviously I was working and doing so many other things while coaching, but it was something that I was so passionate about. And it was like my outlet. It was like my passion and my happy place. So although I was super stressed at work, super stressed with grad school and so busy, whenever I was doing coaching work, it was just truly my happy place. So while I was doing all of these things in my life, a lot of my coaches are like, how did you grow your business to where it is now while you were doing all those things? And I just left my full-time job in January to do coaching full-time. So you can't quit your full-time job if you're not making your income coaching. So I had to build a business while I was working a full-time job. And my biggest thing that I say to my girls over and over and over again is, if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Plain and simple. If you want to make this coaching business into a full-time thing, do it. Put in the work, lose the excuses, and you can do it. So one thing that worked really well for me, I'm a huge morning person. I've always been a huge morning person. I love going to bed early and waking up super early. I'm really productive between like 4:30 and 7:30 a.m. are like my prime productivity hours. But so I would get up some days at 3 a.m., you guys, 3 or 3:30 a.m. so that I could check in with my challengers and my coaches. I could get my workout in. I could read some personal development and get my shake and go to work. So I was doing like 2 or 3 hours of work before I even started my corporate work day. And it sounds crazy to some people, and I didn't even like to tell some people that I was getting up that early because it's kind of embarrassing. People's like, that's not even morning. Like, that's still nighttime, like 3 a.m. But that's just what worked for me. Like, I knew that I wanted to pursue coaching full time. I didn't know how long it would take me to do it, but I firsthand saw so many other coaches. Like, my upline is Amy Rada, her upline is Jamie Innes, her upline is Chelsea Pearson. They've all quit their full-time jobs to pursue coaching full-time. So I knew that if they could do it, I could do it, but I obviously had to put in the work. There's nothing special about me as a coach. So obviously, if you guys want to do this full time, you totally can, but you just have to put in the work. If you guys have not read the 10X rule, read that book. It is pure gold. I've listened to it 3 times on Audible and I've read it once. Every single time I feel like I'm kind of slacking on my reach outs, slacking on like growing my business. If I feel like my business is a little stagnant and I'm not getting new coaches, new challengers, I read or listen to the 10X rule because it's so true. I talked to a girl on my team. She's been wondering why she has not been growing a business. And I'm like, I have a question. How many people are you reaching out to a day? And she said, honestly, I'm really busy at work. So like 1 a day. One person a day? Like, that's insane. Like, I honestly, when I was pushing in my business, I was reaching out to at least 20 to 30 people a day, at least. And I always say that it takes about 25 no's to get 1 yes. So if you're reaching out to 1 person a day, that's going to take you 25 days to maybe get 1 yes. So if your goal is 5 people a day, times that by 5, times that by 10, like, up your efforts. And I know with your coach, Jessica, she led this awesome call for my girls on Saturday, which just fired them up with like, have a dance party before your reach outs, get yourself pumped up. Think of it as more like a conversation and getting to know people. I know reach outs are super intimidating, but they are this business. Another coach on my team, she always says the analogy of our Instagram stories are our storefront. So if you are not showing up every single day on your Instagram page, your store is closed. People do not know that you are open for business. People do not know that you're a coach. People do not know that you're doing a program, and they don't know that they can join you. Imagine if you were going to open up a yoga studio. You bought the space, you bought the yoga mats, you bought everything that you need to get this yoga studio ready to go. You put $20,000 in it. Are you going to sit in your yoga studio and just practice your moves and hope that people come to your class? No, I hope not, because you're not going to make rent if you do. You need to go out and spread the word. Tell your friends, tell your family, invite your neighbors, post on social media. Tell as many people as possible that you're having this grand opening, or in our case, a challenge group or a boot camp, your next boot camp that you have coming up. But get out there and spread the word, because a lot of times people do not know that they can join us. I've reached out to so many women who have followed me for a super long time. And I'm like, oh, you've been following me for a really long time. Have you heard of Beachbody? Are you interested in joining my boot camp? And they're like, I didn't even know that I could join you. Like, I've been watching you get these amazing results, but they don't even think to ask us if they can join us, because they don't even think to do it, I don't think. I mean, I didn't think to ask my coach. Amy reached out to me, and thankfully she did, because I was watching her get amazing results, but I didn't reach out to her. So it's like, we as coaches, it is our job to share this opportunity with as many people as possible. And yeah, we're going to get no's. That's going to happen. But just think of the amount of people that you can reach and that you can help get a transformation, get back on track with their health and fitness, all of those things if you just share the opportunity. The answer is always no if you don't ask. That has been my motto since high school. If you don't ask somebody to join you, you're not even giving them the option to say yes or to say no. This perfect example that I have is my friend Laura. I never reached out to her because she's a mom of 3. She's a stay-at-home mom. She was my really good friend in high school, but I prejudged her situation. I assumed that because she was a stay-at-home mom of 3 kids, she didn't have the time, and I assumed she didn't have the finances. First off, shame on me. Sorry, I'm at my parents' house and they have a home phone still. But shame on me for not reaching out to her, because do you know what? 1 month ago, I saw on her Instagram that she is doing 80-day obsession and she's a Beachbody coach. And it's not on my team. It's on a different person's team because they reached out to her. They gave her that option and they gave her that opportunity. She could say yes, she could say no. But I didn't even give her the option to say yes or no. I made up her mind for her before I even asked. So I challenge all of you, if you have those few people that you're like, oh, I would love them to be on my team, but they're busy, they work full time, they're in grad school, they're already in really good shape. Do not think that way. After this call, make a list of those people that you're intimidated to reach out to and send them a message. You will be surprised that a lot of them will be really thankful that you took the time to do it. After my friend Laura ended up signing up with a different coach, I checked myself. I went through my list and I made a huge list of people, high school friends and college friends, that I have not reached out to because they're in my warm market and I kind of prejudged their situation. I had 9 women sign up since then, from high school and from college. They've been watching me for 2 years. They've been watching me and they never reached out, and I never reached out and shared the opportunity with them. So I just challenge you guys to really think, if there are people out there that you're writing off for whatever reason, you don't think they have the money, you don't think they need it, I challenge you to reach out and just check in with them. See how their life is, see what's new, how are their kids, start a conversation, offer them or invite them to a free group, invite them to your next boot camp. But the answer is always no if you don't ask, and you can't make up their minds for them. Another thing too, I always have a lot of my coaches say, Amanda, I've been coaching for 2 months and nobody's signing up with me. And I'm like, okay, well, my first question to all of my coaches who say that is, how long did you watch me on Instagram before you signed up with me? You guys, I have shown up every single day on Instagram at least 3 times a day for 2.5 years. I never miss a sweaty selfie, except if it's a rest day and maybe it's yoga. But I always post some type of a workout. I always post some type of food that I'm eating. So much about me and my husband, about our new home, so many different things. I'm constantly sharing my life on Instagram with Instagram pictures and stories. So there's not a day that I don't show up in these people's feeds. Average answer, 6 months to 1 year. People watched me every single day, program after program, show up before they signed up with me. So give it time. And I challenge you guys as well. How long did you watch Jessica before you signed up with her? Was it 3 months? Was it 6 months? Was it a year? Whatever it is, give that amount of time for your people too. People want us to prove to them that we aren't going anywhere. So, you guys, I've done Isogenics, I've done Weight Watchers, I've done gym memberships, I've done Tone It Up, I've done all of those different programs, and I never stuck to them. I went all in, bought the products, got amazing results. I didn't have a community backing me up, so I quit. And so when I signed up for Beachbody, my mom and dad were like, oh, another program? Cool. Good luck. We support you, but you've quit 8 other things. So, and it's just me showing and proving these people proving to my followers, proving to my family and my friends that like, I'm not going anywhere. This isn't a quick fix. I'm not going to do this for 21 days and quit. And we have to prove that to people. We have to show them that we are going to be here for them in a month, 6 months, a year. We are in it to win it. So I just really challenge you guys, if you guys are struggling with getting coaches to sign up or challengers to sign up, really ask yourself, like, how long did you watch your coach before you signed up with them? And then give your people a little bit of time of watching you before you get discouraged without people signing up with you. Also, go to your Instagram page right now and like, or after this call, and look at like your first few photos. What would your Instagram tell people about you? Would it tell them everything that you want to know? Like when I was planning a wedding, I was constantly talking about like different venues we were checking out, and like when I went to get my wedding dress, and when I asked my bridal party to be in our wedding. So I was constantly talking about wedding planning. So people knew coming to my page that I was planning a wedding. People know that I do health and fitness stuff. I post workout stuff all the time. I post progress pictures. When people come to your Instagram page, what do they see? Do they only see sweaty selfies every single day? Again, it's great to post your sweaty selfie, but for me and my team, a sweaty selfie is a non-negotiable. Like you need to post that every single day on my team. Like obviously everybody's different, and then you need other posts on top of that. So I typically tell my girls to try to post 2 to 3 times a day. And so one of those is already spoken for. It's a sweaty selfie or some type of a workout post showing that you are staying consistent and doing a program and getting results. But then what are your other 2 posts? Are you a teacher? Are you a mom? Are you a corporate? Do you work for a corporate? Like what's your story? And do people know that when they come to your page? When people sign up with us as coaches, they sign up with us because they want to be our friends. That's my thought on it. Like when I go out and I search women on Instagram, I look for people that I legit think that I could be besties with, because I'm like besties with most of the ladies on my team. Like we talk all the time. Like we are one big happy friend clan, and all thanks to coaching. So we like are so different as individuals, but we share that same passion for helping others and for Beachbody in general. So I just challenge you guys to really like look over your Instagram page and see like how many times are you showing up? Are you using Instagram stories? If you're not, get on that. That is where it's at, you guys. People want to get to know you. Pictures are great. Obviously, if you look at my Instagram page, you can tell I'm like a really smiley person and like pretty bubbly. But when you watch my Instagram stories, you actually get to like hear me talk. And obviously I use my hands a lot, as you can see. So, but those are things that like you wouldn't know about me unless you watch my Instagram stories. And I just personally think that when people can actually get to know your voice and like how your mannerisms and how you talk, they connect with you on an even deeper level than just getting to know you from your Instagram pictures. So that's kind of like Instagram. While working my full-time job, I think power pockets are what most people call them, but I never had, like, besides my morning block, which was like a huge mess of like a workout, trying to answer emails, reaching out, drinking my smoothie, taking pictures, and going to work all before like 6 a.m. I really use my day sporadically to reach out to people when I had any downtime. So General Mills corporate is a massive campus. So I would have a meeting at 9 a.m. Right here. And then I had to go like down 6 floors over to the other west wing for my meeting at 11. So I was constantly like walking throughout the campus. And whenever I was walking, I was constantly doing coaching stuff. I was trying to do some follow-ups on Instagram. I would go and I would search a hashtag like TIU sweating for the wedding. I would search that hashtag, and then I would go and I would scroll through and I'd find a few women that I thought looked cool. I would comment on their pictures, maybe send them a message, and then I'd go to my work meeting at General Mills. And then I would do that again. Like, so whenever I had any downtime, either in between meetings or even in between my full-time job and grad school, I was constantly like using every little bit of downtime that I had to build my business. And truly, you have to act like the full-time coach that you want to be before you get to be a full-time coach. Like I know at General Mills, whenever I was like pushing for a promotion, my manager always said, Amanda, you have to be acting like I don't know, say I wanted to be an assistant manager, but I was sitting at like an associate level. They're like, you have to be acting like an assistant manager before we promote you to that. And I'm like, what? I'm not even at that level yet. Like, I'm trying to work to that. And they're like, yep, but you got to show us that you know what it takes to be an assistant manager before we can promote you. Same with like being a diamond coach or a full-time coach. If you want to be a diamond coach, start acting like a diamond coach when maybe you're not even emerald yet, or maybe you're emerald pushing for diamond. Act like a diamond coach. Act like a 2-star diamond coach. If you want to be full-time, act like a full-time coach. Give this your all, put in the work, because it will pay off, and people can see that on Instagram. If you're putting in the work, you're showing up every day, you're consistent, people can see that, and that's what people want to be a part of. So the way that I was able to really grow my business was power pockets and getting up early and staying up late. It's not ideal. I love sleep, but it's one of those things sometimes like you have to sacrifice. And if you truly want to build this into a full-time gig or whatever your end result is with this coaching business, you really need to put in the work, and it will pay off 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, but you have to put in the work early on before it will pay off. Again, this isn't a get rich quick business. And I always tell coaches when they sign up with me, like, if you are in this just for the money, you probably shouldn't be in this, because you don't get paid quickly for this business, but it really pays off in the end. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing when it does. Let me see what else I have in my notes. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Consistency is key. Showing up every single day, using like the tools that we are given from Beachbody, being proof of the products, like all of the basic like 4 vital behaviors. All of those things will get you to where you want to be if you're truly doing them every single day. So,
I have a question. What would you say? Like, I know we have a lot of people on here who have kids and who have other things besides work. Like, what do you suggest maybe to your team who works full time, has kids that are active or in school, they're married or whatever? How do you balance, or how do you get your coaches to like balance coaching while also doing all the things?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I have a lot of moms on my team, and what I think the coolest thing about Beachbody is that you get to do it from home. I have so many moms that show up every single day. Their kids are climbing all over them, you guys. Like, sometimes I'm like, how are you even getting your workout in right now? I have some women that get up extra early and crush their workouts before their kids get up. I have some moms that wait to do their workout when their kids go to bed, but I also have some moms on my team that are like stay-at-home moms as well. And it's just making it work in your schedule, and truly just showing other moms, because that's more than likely who you're going to attract if you're a mom, that it's possible to get it done from your home while raising children and doing all the other things that you're trying to juggle. Using your children and your family as part of your story is going to be huge, because I know a girl on my team, Jackie, just had her second baby, and she worked out her entire pregnancy up until like her due date. And she attracted so many moms from that, because I think so many of moms, like, I'm not a mom, but think that, you can't like crush your workouts and, stay on track with your health and fitness when you're pregnant. But Jackie proved 100% opposite. She worked out every day, stayed really fit, and had a way better pregnancy her second time than she did her first. And that is like huge for her brand, huge for her story. I know Jackie uses Power Pockets. We were just talking about it at our team retreat. She works full time. She has 2 kids. She's married. She's working her coaching business and rocking it. And it's similar with me. Like, she was getting up a little bit earlier than she usually would like to. She was doing the Power Pocket thing, and she really incorporates her children in her brand and in her business. So again, her little baby James is like sleeping in his little bassinet, and she's lifting weights and like doing her whole workout routine. And then her son is like eating graham crackers on the floor next to her. And then 5 minutes into the workout, her 2-year-old wants to work out with her. So then she's picking up Graham, and he is like her weights. So I would just say, like, as a mom, if you have kids, try to incorporate your kids in this business with you. Like, that's the beauty of Beachbody, is you can work out from anywhere, anytime, any device. No equipment is necessarily needed for some of the workouts. So just showing people that you are a mom, you are busy, and you are making yourself a priority. It's so important for every single person, whether you are a mom or not a mom or whatever your background is. We all need some me time. We all need to prioritize our health and fitness. So whether that's 20 minutes a day, 45 minutes a day, however much time you have, we all have 30 minutes a day to crush a workout. 21-day fix, bam, 30 minutes. I don't care who you are, you have 30 minutes if you want it bad enough. And I just think that, like, especially with moms, it's such a cool market because you can show so many other moms that it's possible. And that's why I think it's cool when you incorporate your kids and your family and just constantly share your life on Instagram, because there's so many moms that I know firsthand that are like, oh, when my kids are in kindergarten, when my kid goes to school, when this happens, I'll start working out. And it's like, there's never a good time to start. Never. There's never a good time to start a new program. There's never a good time to start being a coach. Like, we're always busy. And again, if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse, like, plain and simple. And that is like what I preach to my team over and over and over again. And I mean, I'm proof that you can do all of those things and still grow a really successful business. Yes, obviously I'm a full-time coach now, so my business looks different than it did 6 months ago. But I had to build a business while doing all those things. So I was coaching while working and going to school and doing all those other things. Same with Jessica. Like, Jessica didn't just sign up as a coach one day and get to quit her full-time job and be a coach. No, she had to work her full-time job and do everything else that she was doing and coach. So you guys, it is possible for all of you, whether you guys are pushing for Emerald, Diamond, 1-star, 2-star, show up every single day. Use your Instagram like it's your storefront. Invite people to join you. Don't make up people's minds for them. Let them say no. Let them say yes. And just give it your all. I know that, again, you guys can do this if you guys want it bad enough. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, does anyone have questions? Feel free.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, I just want to say thank you. I just finished grad school. It took me 2 years, and now just kind of trying to study for my board exam, and I will take that in November. And I think the biggest thing for me, like when I was doing grad school, every time that I wanted to focus on Beachbody, I kept thinking that I had to do grad school. So it was like, definitely what you're saying about, the pocket hours, things like that. I need to do that more. And I think, I put so much, and I did really well in grad school, which was awesome, but it's like I just struggle so much with balancing all of this, and I especially like trying to study for this board exam. I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it all. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say with like for grad school and stuff, I mean, and even like when I was working at General Mills, I was constantly doing posts like of me with like all of my books and my notes and my markers, like getting ready to study with like my smoothie. And I would, just kind of like talk about how like I am crazy busy and I'm studying for X, Y, and Z. But before I started studying, I crushed my workout and I'm drinking my smoothie and like, I'm going to get this done. So just kind of like constantly incorporating like what you guys are doing in your life, twisting that into coaching and like the posts and all of that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Good luck on your exam.
Thank you.
Who else has questions? Feel free. Kay has a question. Go ahead, Kay. Oh, you're muted. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. Go ahead.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late. I have 2 kids.
No worries.
Recording if I missed it, but how do you deal with like price objections?
Yeah, I get price objections a lot. I always just like break it down for people. Everybody that signs up with me has to buy a challenge pack. Like, I don't let people just buy on demand. I know firsthand that if you do the workouts, you drink the Shakeology, you follow the meal plan, and you're part of the community, you will get the best results. I know that firsthand, so that is what I offer up to my potential clients. And I just kind of break it down, like the 160 all access, like if you really think about it, it's such a crazy awesome deal, like $13 a month for unlimited access to workouts, unlimited support. So I kind of break it down, like you would be paying $100 for the annual all access. And then for $60 more, you get the portion control containers. And I always say, which is a $17 value. You get 1 month of Shakeology, which is regularly $132 value. You get all of that, plus me as a coach, plus the amazing supportive accountability groups, all for this price. And I think when you break it down like that, people are like, oh crap, that's actually a lot of stuff. And just like, I mean, Shakeology alone at $132 for people to try that kind of like for free almost with the on demand. It's appealing to a lot of people. And honestly, like I've had people that have said like, I just want the on demand, and me personally, like, again, I just don't like let people sign up with just that. But then 2 weeks later, 1 month later, they'll still be watching me. Like, I know these people are following me, and then they'll be like, okay, fine. Like I want to do this. And then they sign up. So I would just like break it down for people to really show them like what you actually get. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of like prep parties, but it was kind of like a big thing that I don't know if it was just like my upline team that was doing it or if it was like a Beachbody thing. But basically it's like at the end of every single month, I think it's like the last Monday of every month, it would be a prep party. And it's basically like a Facebook group. A few coaches host it. And it basically, we just talk about how cool like our boot camps are. We talk about all the accountability, the support. We show different transformation photos. So it's kind of like a coach sneak peek happy hour, but it's called a prep party. And it just kind of gives people a taste of what our boot camps are like. I think so often we are constantly talking about like, oh, we have these accountability groups and all these awesome sweaty selfie check-ins and we do Zoom workouts in the morning and stuff. But people are like, what does that really mean? So a prep party has worked really well for me in the past because it just really gets people like pumped up and energized to see like what it is that we're doing. And then we talk about the pricing and we kind of break it down like I had just said. And I've sold a lot of challenge packs from doing that. So that's just kind of a little off topic of what you just said, but it's like a challenge group or a boot camp sneak peek. Oh yeah, exactly. I don't know why they call them prep parties, but yes, just like that. So yeah, I would just kind of talk about like the benefits of what they get for 100. And I always say only. I think that that's like actually like a sales trick like in the world, but like truly saying like it's only 160 for all of this stuff. So I don't know if that was helpful, but
No, it was. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Who else has questions? Ashley, you don't have any over there? You usually do, so I wanted to make sure you didn't have any.
Sorry, I'm like having trouble concentrating. I think I'm having contractions.
Are you going into labor?
No, I'm not going into labor, but I don't know.
Okay, good. That would be a miracle team call.
All right, does anyone else have questions? Those of you who work full time, especially. Yes, no, maybe so.
One other thing that I just want to say, I had it in my notes, but I forgot to say it. So one of my new diamond coaches, Jessica, she just signed up. She hit diamond in a month. She decided she was going to sign up and just make it happen. But one thing, so she's from Canada. I don't know the company that she worked for, but it's similar to like a General Mills. It's like a big corporate company. So she decided to put together these like wellness flyers and put them throughout her entire company, like in every break room, like in the printer room, like everywhere. And she had so much success with it. And I think just firsthand, she was trying to think like, what was missing from her life in the corporate world? Then she stumbled upon my Instagram. She signed up for my boot camp. She's lost like 40 pounds. Like it's crazy with like what she's done with Beachbody. But she's had so many of her corporate people join her boot camps because that's what people are missing. Like people are missing out on that, like putting themselves first. Corporate is, I mean, the whole world is so crazy busy these days, but like corporate is so demanding. Like we work so much. And so it was just a really cool idea that she had, and she presented it basically to like her VP, and her VP is one of her challengers now, which is insane. But like, she just like presented this opportunity to like thousands of people at her corporate office. And I know like my coach, Amy, she did that in the break room when she was a teacher, like group workout in room 217 Mondays at 5:00, like come join whoever wants to. At first it was like one other teacher. Then the next week it was like 7 other teachers. And then it was like 12 other teachers. So like using your work, I never thought to do that, but, I wish I would have, because I think it's just such a cool idea. So that's just like a fun little idea that maybe you guys could try depending on like what your work setting is.
Yeah, ask for permission, but I love that idea.
We did ask for permission from our VP. So
that's
yeah.
a really, really, really good idea.
Yeah.
Getting your work people involved, getting your coworkers, like do like a coworker. I know that a lot of companies do that, like a big loser challenge type of thing, the biggest loser or whatever it's called. But you could do like a boot camp for your coworkers, and you'll all do it together.
Yeah.
And then there you go. You have challengers, you have clients, you have coaches, whoever signs up with you can all kind of do it together. And then when you're at work, you're not having that temptation of like all these other people eating a bunch of junk around you, because everyone's going to be doing it with you. So
exactly.
It's a really good idea. All right, does anyone have any other questions before we let Amanda hop?
Yeah, I have a question.
I knew you were going to have a
Sorry,
question.
I'm back. And this may be like a whole nother call for like a whole nother day, but so I kind of like stalk you and your upline and your downline. And I've noticed, so I'm new to building on Instagram, and so I'm doing the whole like follow, unfollow thing. But how do you guys have such high numbers of followers, but not so many like you're not following as many people as what's following you? Like, is it just the consistency of your journey, or just going in and engaging with the same people that are following you, but that you're not following? Like, just curious to know that.
Yeah. I mean, I would pretty much attribute that to consistency, honestly, at the end of the day. I mean, when I started as a coach, I had like 450 followers. So, over 18,000 followers now, and it's all organic. Like, I have never paid a person to go like pictures for me. Hashtags, me starting conversations with other women based on hashtags. I'm not going to lie, having your upline as Amy Rada, who has like 70,000 followers, she like tags you in one post and it's like, woo, blows up your followers. But same with Amy, like Amy truly got her following from just being consistent. On average, I would say, like, especially when we first started coaching, we were posting like 5 to 7 times a day, every single day. I would say now I'm more like 3 to 5, but still just so consistent on Instagram. And I would say with like that whole like search bar, like the more people that like your pictures and your hashtags, and if you're like if you are like have things in common with that person, you like pop up in their search feed. I would say that that's kind of been big as well. Obviously, I don't have control over that, but I think that that's like a big part of it. So I would say mostly consistency.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that's it. If y'all have any more questions, y'all can just ask me and I'll relay them to her later on. But thank you so much, Amanda. Really, I took like a ton of notes.
Good.
And I'm sure everyone else learned a lot. So we just wanted to say thank you for coming and taking the time out of your night to speak to us. We really, really do appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right. Bye, guys.